What's up, everybody? Shaheem Reed, Rap on Wrestling Podcast. I'm here with my tag team partners, Nick 816, E Will. Big up to Ari, the Oracle, the
Yeah.
Spiff TV. They out moving around, and man, fellas, this was a one for the record books. I ain't gonna lie. Me and Ari had a chance to go to Madison Square Garden. Check out John Cena's very last appearance in the Garden. John Cena's very last appearance on Monday Night Raw, and I ain't gonna lie, it was hype. It was hype, man. Like, you could just it was one of those nights when you could just really feel the energy, like it was just really permeating throughout the entire arena. And it was almost like going to a game 7 on the Knick game. It was almost like going to, you know what, better yet than the Knick game 7, it felt like going to the Jay-Z Fade the Black concert, which I had a chance to go to back in the day.
I went to, yeah.
Yeah, so you already know he will. And for the people that
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to attend, it was something like, it was such a build up for like about a month before the show. You could just feel the energy taking over the city.
Yeah.
It just it's hard to explain, but there's certain times when a big event is happening at the Garden and you could just feel electricity throughout the city. Like you could just really feel a buzz. You know, people are talking about it. Like people that you don't know, you see them on the subway and they're going to the same show, or when thousands of people are walking up to the Garden, and you could just feel the anticipation. You could see it on their face. And that's how it was on Monday going to the Garden, man. People was just really anticipating it. And John Cena more loved than ever before. And it was not only exciting, it was not only heavy anticipation, but it was a little sad. I'll say that. When you think about it, it's like, damn, this is the last time that John Cena is gonna be at wrestling at Madison Square Garden, a place where he has had so many fantastic moments. But it's only sad for a little bit, because when you start thinking about it in that way, you start thinking like, damn, this is the last time he's gonna be at the Garden. But then you also start thinking about the moments and the great times, and you get the smile on your face. Me and Ari was there at the Royal Rumble where he came out and he was supposed to be injured for months and months, and he came back to surprise. And the music heard that, to me, that was probably the loudest. That moment, and when Triple H came back from injury, as far as like past 20 years, I would say loudest pops at the Garden that I've witnessed personally. But definitely when I was a kid, and a lot of these things wasn't recorded, but definitely as a kid with Hulk Hogan coming out to Madison Square Garden, the pops was off the charts.
That shit
And
was different.
yeah, it was different.
That
But
was
like
different.
but televised that I've been to, those were the biggest things. And man, when Cena came out on Monday, they let everybody know, be in your seats. And big up to my Netflix family too for inviting us out, May and Sade and Emmanuel and Greg and Chuck at WWE, all the great people, man. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. But they let you know, and the fans, even the WWE advertised, John Cena is starting the show off. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the time to get to the Garden at 8:15 and oh, I only missed the first. No. This is not even the time to get to the Garden at 7:45. You gotta get there like 6 o'clock. Get there early, lock in, get your merch early. I was pissed because they had the programs, the golden.
That's tough. I saw that.
Sold out. Sold out.
Man.
Didn't get a chance to get them.
Oh man.
Sold out.
Man.
But I tell you what we did get though. When we was VIP all the way. Big up, like I said, to my Netflix family. They treating us so great. So once
Yeah.
again, they had pop-up shop bodega inside Madison Square Garden, inside one of the luxury suites. So it was, and we'll show you all of the footage and everything. We got great footage. So it's a when you walk in there, it's a bodega. They have a big step and repeat where you could take a picture with the replica championship, heavyweight championship belt for the men, and the women's championship for women, and vice versa. Some guys was taking the picture with that didn't know about wrestling. They taking the picture with the women's belt. So we had a laugh about that. But it was so cool. It was built like a bodega. And then they had food for you, some baked macaroni and cheese, and some pastrami. Then they had some vegetarian dishes. Later on, they had some super, super banging cheesecake. Like cheesecake was magnificent. Cookies,
Oh man.
special
Good.
alcoholic beverages.
Phew.
You know, they just had a bunch of. I think did I bring it? That got the Yeah, I got it with me.
Man, now I want some cheesecake.
They had this
Hmm.
thing. We got to zoom in with some alcoholic beverages
Oh,
that you could
fire.
get. So it was the "You Can't Drink Me" margarita, Last Time Is Now gimlet, the Chant mocktail. So it was dope. So they had that in there. This was at the bar, which is dope.
Super.
Mm. I'm gonna cherish that forever. Um, I got a bunch of stuff on the show. Doing all my bag of goodies. Um, so they had pictures like this all around the bodega, like just pictures from John's career. That's John and Randy. This is what they had a big blowout of this, so you could take a picture with this with the belt.
Mm.
So imagine this being like a 10-foot wall. So they had that
Yeah.
early John Cena picture. Early John Cena.
Dang.
Of course,
Prototype.
this is the classic.
No, what was his name? Not the prototype.
Nah, he was the prototype.
That's what. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
prototype.
So it's this, and this is actually a menu. So when we sat at the seats, we could order food.
Oh, damn.
That Netflix takes us get whatever you want: pretzel, popcorn, chicken fingers, hot dog, uh, smash burger, insomnia cookies was banging, all type of drinks. So this is the menu that the Netflix VIPs could order from. That was dope. And then they had but they had a giant one too. Somebody left with the giant life-size John Cena blow up. I wasn't trying to take that, but I got a little keepsake too, so that was dope. They gave us some of these. I got a hat, all type of stuff, all type of giveaways they gave us, and all type of celebrities was in there. Me and Ari. Guess who me and Ari was the most hyped to see out of everybody? I know y'all know the New York Giants.
Scatbo.
Scat was in there. Just he was on his little rolling around, and coolest dude in the world. First time meeting him, super cool. Abdul Carter was there, and I told both of them brothers, me and Ari, we lifetime New York Giants fan, and I told them like, the city rocking with him. It don't matter if you 2-8 or 8-2, we rocking with y'all, and we believe in y'all. Y'all are, you guys in particular, important future pieces to the Giants' future, and just keep playing hard, and just keep giving it your all, and everything is going to turn around and work. But the city got y'all, we got y'all, and we appreciate y'all. So that was cool. Got a chance to bump into my man Lynn Miranda, who and Nick, I'll give you the before and after pictures, because I was there. Off Broadway, I saw Hamilton. I was one of the first people to see Hamilton off Broadway. Big up to Riggs Morales for inviting us before Hamilton got on Broadway. So we've been knowing Lynn for a long time, and he then came to the studio and kicked it with me and Buster for hours and hours, and we played him that ELE Part Two masterpiece and had a good time. Lynn is for both cultures. He for hip hop, he for wrestling. He killing it in Hollywood, and it was good to see him and a bunch of my journalist friends. My brother Jermaine Hall, that runs Level Magazine, and everybody, man. DJ Juanito. It was dope to see Angela Yee. I sat next to Angela Yee during the show, so we had a good time because Ange is not up on wrestling like that. So I just kept having fun. Like, yo, Ange, when the women come out, Netflix told us that you specifically have to go out in the ring and hit one of the girls with the steel chair and jump in the ring and have a good time. So that was a good joke that we had, and it was fun. And man, oh man, John Cena came out first thing smoking. Dun, 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 dun. Man, the garden started going crazy, crazy. And
Mm.
I know y'all felt it watching it on TV. He got in the ring
It
and
was different at home.
yeah.
So when he came out, for me, that was the most electricity I felt watching Raw in a while. And
Agreed.
it really hit me when he was in the ring and he said this is gonna be his last time on Raw, last time on Netflix. And I really got down. I'm at home, wifey's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Bruh, this last time for real. I think he going full Hollywood. He not playing." So, that was nice. I was happy for him to see all that love he got.
Yeah, man. People was ready. They had the John Cena t-shirts and everything, man. So it was dope, and he deserves all the love that he getting and more. John Cena, we will do a show dedicated specifically to his career, but y'all already know what time it is with John, man. He just represented the company, and he took it. He took it to the next level, and you gotta really think when John Cena started blowing up. That was when The Rock and Stone Cold was on the way out. So you know how tough it is. You got The Rock, and you got Stone Cold Steve Austin leaving, like two of the. I mean, you
Yeah.
talk about most popular. I mean, Hogan. After Hogan, Rock, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Those might be the top three most popular. And John Cena came in and cemented himself, if not above those guys, at least number four. And he held the company down. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough thing to do when you got The Rock and John Cena. I mean, Rock and Stone Cold leaving, and then you got to come and he held it. I mean, it was definitely, he definitely had other people, Batista and Brock Lesnar and Randy. But as far as the baby faces go, John Cena, number one baby face of that era, and
You,
one of the ones of all time.
what's crazy is like the last couple of years of his full time run, like the fans was kind of fatigued of John Cena. With the Cena sucks. Like you see the chatter online, like everybody was pretty much tired of Cena. And what I liked about him the most is he's the only person in any sport I've ever seen. Every time he took the mic, his last couple of years of his run, he was getting booed in the ring. Everybody was tired of him. I've never seen somebody every single time turn the boos into cheers, like within maybe 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like he's he's a master MC. The way he controls the crowd. That's probably my favorite thing about Cena. The way he works with the crowds and yeah, we really gonna miss that, man. That's that. It, I wouldn't say I can't say it's the end of an era, but it's almost the end of an era because we still got Orton around and Cody. You know,
But it's the end of the John Cena era, though. You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
It's I mean, he got people from that generation, but it's the end of the John Cena era, and you know, it's like when Triple H was the last one to hold it down from his time period after Undertaker. We got that classic image of Shawn Michaels and Undertaker and Triple H together at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
They all tired and beat up and whatnot after that Hell in a Cell match, and you know that was it. And now it's dwindling down. Brock Lesnar looked like he'd go for about another 5 years at least. Like that, especially at the
And their schedule.
time, yeah, the schedule he does, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The dude looks like more of a monster every time you see him. Randy Orton is still built like a Greek god, and
Yeah.
he has a limited schedule, but man, but none of them is John Cena. Like, and there's no disrespect because we love all those guys, but John Cena was legitimately the face of WWE. I don't know if there was a time where we could say Randy or Brock was the face of WWE, but John Cena was always the guy, and man, he got that love at the Garden, interrupted by Dominic Mysterio,
Yeah.
who is they were still chatting. They was still, I don't know if y'all if it translated at home, but Dominic was still getting them cheers, even though he was going against Cena. He still got the dirty dog, dirty dog.
Yep.
They was still going crazy for him, man, and it
I
looked like
I
he was
lo-
gonna, yeah.
yeah, I love when he came out because at home I hear the boos. The boos are deafening, but in those boos you hear them going crazy for him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how much longer they're gonna be able to keep him here. I don't know.
I
That
think they
turn.
need to. I think they need to keep him, man, because
Yeah.
you need some more hills. And I'm just, I said it a few episodes ago. In hindsight, I wish they would have just kept Jacob Fatu Hill because we need some more killer assassin hills, and I don't consider Dom a killer assassin, but
Mhm.
I put Jacob on the level of a Braun Breaker who could be a monster heel and does great on the microphone as well.
Yeah.
And I just wish Jacob was a bad guy because it hasn't been quite the same since he turned good, unfortunately.
And see,
But
like even before WWE, he was kind of like a KO more so where he had heel tendencies and stuff, but he worked as a face, but he was just like mean, he curse you out. Like
mhm.
it was kind of like Stone Cold a little bit, you know what I mean? How they were using him in MLW because he wasn't his face his version of a face in MLW and his version of a face in WWE are like two different things. Like he was still built strong in
Mhm.
MLW. Here, it's kind of a little vulnerable. Like he gets his butt kicked, more than he needs to. Uh,
But it wasn't like that when he was a heel though. Like he was
that's
he
true.
was taking finishes and no selling and just popping up, and
Yeah.
it was kind of keeping him away from Roman because it looked like he could really legitimate beat Roman's ass. So
Hey, it's his
um
fault, bro. Hey, creative saw him interacted with Boogie Man was like, oh, this guy's a face. Look
he
how
he's
nice
a
this guy
he's a
is.
lovable guy. Yeah, he's helping people and what did he help Lex Luger with his wheelchair and
Yeah.
all of this type of stuff.
Hey,
Actually a great guy.
I've had great interactions with him on the indies to the point where it felt like you was just after the show, you just hanging with your homeboys. Like it really
Mhm.
felt like that being around him. Like he talked, like us. Like I'm like, man,
He's
this
he's a
dude.
li- he's a relatable, lovable guy. So it's like he kind of had to do it, but I wish they could have kept him bad a little bit longer. But
Yeah,
people was going to cheer for him regardless. So what can you do, man? But we'll get to Jacob soon. Hopefully we see Jacob back soon because he's nowhere near Survivor Series. Like it's nothing going on for him at Survivor Series. Oddly enough, and last year he was a part of that big War Games match with Solo and Bronson Reed and the Tongans.
hey,
He's nowhere to be found this year.
you think War Games we find out, who did that to him and took him out? That's what I'm wondering. Like, will he pop out for
Um,
that? Like,
that's possible. Like he might pop out and try to attack either Braun Breaker. I hope it's Brock Lesnar is the one that's injured him. But Brock Lesnar, he ain't gonna sneak nobody. Brock Lesnar is gonna let you know that he did it and he's coming. He ain't
yeah,
gonna play mind games. But I would love to see Jacob and Brock. Love to see Jacob and Braun. So we'll see. But getting back to Cena, Dominic says he wants his he told him that he wanted a rematch, but he wasn't gonna do the rematch at the Garden. He wanted it in his hometown, San Diego at Survivor Series, which is huge for Dominic. Like he is getting an incredible look. And when you think about it, well, the fallout from that, before I get too far ahead, the fallout from that is that it was gonna be a 6-man tag with John Cena, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio, who may or may not be Dom's dad, according to Dom, versus JD. Big up to JD, who had a hell of a match last night on Smackdown. Him and Dragunov,
hmm
might be match of the week, man. It was dope. JD, I give you
all
a
the
standing ovation, brother.
listen, bro. If all the matches ring intensity like that, I will have nothing negative to say ever.
It
That's
was
all.
it was a great
That was a great
SmackDown
match.
last night. We great match, and I thought it was a great SmackDown. So we'll get to it, but it was JD Dom and Finn Balor against the three legends, and I'm saying to myself, cool, cool. Like I wanted to see. It was a bit of a letdown to me. It was cool to see them fight. At this point, you want to see John Cena fight anybody, but I didn't want to see him in the tag team match for one.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's some nostalgia there with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio, but I didn't want to see John Cena in the tag team match. Not the last night in the Garden. I don't think that was the way to go. I would have rather him, fight. And since he already is going to fight Dominic Mysterio, I don't think we need to see John Cena fight Dom 3 out of the last 4 times. Like, okay, I could see 2. He got to win the belt and to give him a rematch. I could see the rematch, but I don't even think he needed a rematch. I really wanted to see John Cena in that War Games match, to be honest with you, because he's never fought in War Games. So,
yeah,
I thought that would have been something really dope to see him go in there and get some revenge against Brock Lesnar. I would have loved to see him in War Games, fight Braun Breaker for the first time, fight Bronson Reed for the first time, him and Drew McIntyre getting in. And of course he's crossed paths with Logan Paul's, but I just thought, him in the War Games, that was such a great opportunity for him to go against some people that he's never fought before. Like we just saw him with Dominic Mysterio, so it kind of took a little luster from me. But they're giving Dom the push right now. You can't take anything away from Dom, but I don't think we needed to see Dom fight John Cena 3 times out of his last 4 matches. I don't
yeah.
know.
I agree.
I,
Yeah,
I would have loved to see at the Garden. I mean, of course, we already talked about this a few episodes, but I would have loved to hear Break the Walls Down. I would have loved to hear You Think You Know Me, but even if contractually they wasn't able to pull off getting an Edge or Chris Jericho, I thought John Cena and Obafemi would have tore the Garden down. John Cena
Hey,
and Trick Williams.
real quick, I do think if WWE would have approached TK about Edge, he would have let him go. If he just did a a pre full gear interview, and his answer pretty much made me seem like he probably would have been okay with him going for the one off.
What'd he say?
And basically, I think nobody contacted him from WWE. And that basically it was a possibility. Like it could have been a possibility, if everything was right. So
Yeah, you
knowing
know.
the way my brain is working, maybe he would have wanted stop recording, stop adding PLEs when we do our people pay-per-views or some stipulation like that, maybe, but it didn't
Yeah,
work out. But
you just do a trade-off. Okay.
because it was the same with remember when who was that win the Hall of Fame? Was it DX and Billy Gunn wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
They TK and Billy Gunn was waiting for WWE to contact him so they could send him over there. He was ready to go, and just never got the call. So I would have loved to see Edge a part of this last tour, but they was in New York, man. It's just so many memories, man. Like like you said, as opposed to the tag team, for me, everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I would have liked to see like like kind of like a. Remember Billy did like the "This Is Your Life" segment, and it was so bad.
That would have
But
been dope.
they do one with Cena, his teacher come out, but then the remaining members of Nexus comes out next, and then Alex Riley to come out and shock everybody, get a crazy pop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different things that could have been dope just for the New York crowd. But I mean, at least they got the tag match, man.
And I think, to be honest, even if they didn't have a match, like John Cena and The Rock could have had one last confrontation. Maybe they saving it for DC. I know Rock is shooting Jumanji. They already showing the pictures from the fourth Jumanji already. Rock is he right back in the
Yeah,
mix doing this thing. But
he back in the jungle safari outfit again, huh?
yeah, but this Jumanji, it looks like they're gonna bring them to the real world because their characters is
Good.
actually in like some type of city where you see traffic lights and all that type of stuff. So
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
we'll see how it shake. But yeah, I just thought that was a little bit of a letdown for me. I didn't want to see John Cena in the tag team match, and I didn't want to see him fight Dom Mysterio again. I would have been, I just wanted something new, something fresh. But the tag team match, it was cool. It was cool. It was all right. It was all right. It served its purpose.
I
I
about to
thought
say it served its purpose.
I thought it was better. I thought the interaction with Judgment Day against the New York Giants was way more lit though. I thought that was dope. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I didn't and me, I'm a Giants fan. I didn't have any criticism. Like I know they's like, oh, Scatterboo is injured. Why is he even risk? Come on. Come on. Y'all
Come
got
on, man. Yeah, Scatterboo, he
he
about it, man. He had a grill, man. Come
yeah,
on,
he
man. He's
just
not playing.
he pushed the guy down. Like, come on, man. Like, let's keep it real. Like, he didn't get in the ring. He didn't try to climb the top rope. He didn't take a bump. Like, I could see if they pushed him down. Like,
Yeah.
he got a little shove and he pushed the guy. Like, come on, he's an athlete. They got to stop
And
with the criticism. Did
I
y'all
tell you what,
y'all have any gripes with that?
not at
Nah,
all. That's
he's
what.
a football player.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's no different than when uh Lawrence Taylor popped up and fought Bam Bam Bigelow. By the way, which is one of my favorite matches ever, by the way. What's my man name that was in TNA? Pac-Man, he was tag team champ with R-Truth. Like it's
Oh,
served its
Pac-Man
purpose.
Jones, Adam
Yeah.
Pac-Man Jones.
So it's like I embrace it because for me as a wrestling fan, that's the NFL. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of eyes being poured into the product. So now you got Giants fans that's probably not wrestling fans that's going to tune in and just keep making this art that we love even bigger. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I thought it was dope. I could have done without Andrew Schultz. I don't know why he was there, but
I'm not a big Andrew Schultz fan either.
yeah.
Not in wrestling.
And he's
Yeah.
not believable. You know what I'm saying? He looks like maybe like a alcoholic dom.
Yeah,
Like he doesn't look like he can beat anybody, but he was in the frame. You know what I mean? So
they they
God bless.
they really should have got Cormega and AZ to do it. That would have been stupid.
Crowd would have went up,
That would have been
up,
stupid.
or out of nowhere, if Max B just popped up.
Max
That would
B.
he been everywhere, man.
He been everywhere, bro. Oh man. Good for him though.
Making up for lost time.
Yeah.
This was the best match on Raw to me. Javon Evans against Gunther.
I was mad at that matchup, man.
Why?
I'm just tired of the look good in the lost division, man. Give
He looks
Javon
great. He looks great.
He looked great in the loss this time.
exactly. You
But,
know what I'm
but
saying?
it's building up though. Like, come on now. Realistically,
He's gonna have a match with Carmelo Hayes, and they both gonna lose. That's what's gonna go.
Double disqualification.
but I'm just saying realistically, we know he can't beat Gunther, but his stock is just constantly rising. Like,
And I love it.
you seeing that this kid has so much heart, and Gunther was chopping the hell out of this dude. Like, we was right there in the front row, and we could hear the chops, and it was like every time he chopped him, I just felt so bad. I was like, oh God. And it was loud, and he was not holding back. But
And he got a bird status.
he got a bird because it felt like, the dude could like snap in half like the old G.I. Joes from back in the days, the old G.I. Joe action figures. But Javon is such a G. He a young G, man. He was taking them chops, and he tried to give Gunther some chops too. He did some good high flying moves, man. He gave Gunther a nice run for his money.
Yep.
And I thought the chemistry was great between the two of them, though. Like, even though it's like a David and Goliath type situation, I thought the chemistry was dope. And there were a couple of times in the match that were very believable, where it's like, oh my God, he's gonna get the win. Javon is gonna beat the guy. 1, 2,
Yeah.
but it was real and convincing, man. I thought it was dope.
Hey, for me, again, anytime I see Javon on TV as somebody who's seen his early indie matches, and like we talking a matter of 2 years, he went from, I think it might have been 30 of us at this wrestling show, to fighting Sammy on Smackdown, and that's, I don't even know what you call that. That can't even be most improved. He got to be what, rookie? He not even a rookie anymore, right? Is this still his
He might
first
be
year?
rookie. I mean, this feels like a rookie year to me.
Yeah,
He had a hell of a year this year.
definitely.
Nobody wasn't talking about Javon last year like that.
Yeah, and what I do like is the fans, the people, they embrace the young OGs the way he talks. Like, it's not a traditional wrestling, vernacular. Like, he's if you're a teenager watching at home, that's you on the screen. You know what I'm saying? If you're out here screaming 6'7", that's you. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
up, twin?
He's, by the end of his career, I have a feeling they're gonna look at him how our generation and a little bit younger looks at Jeff Hardy. Like, for some reason, no matter where you go in the world, in the hood, Jeff Hardy is everybody's favorite wrestler. I don't know how that happened. I'm glad it happened, but I see the same thing for Javon and Leon. It's a different company, but Leon Slater too. You know what I mean? So
Eventually, those guys are gonna
they
be
gotta
more
work
intertwined. They gonna be. You see it like
that.
they'll be a tag team for a year. They'll have some great matches against each other. Like they're gonna be tied to each other, like John Cena and Randy Orton at a certain point. They're gonna be intertwined. But that was a dope match. I was proud for him, proud to see him perform at such a high level with, let's face it, Gunther's top 5 right now. He's the guy's top 5. Um, he
He had the old music.
he had the old music. He had a throwback robe. And let's put it like this: you can put Gunther in the ring with anybody in the world right now, any company, and if Gunther walks away with the victory, a clean victory at that, it's not going to be that big of a shock. Like
Yeah.
Gunther, if he beats Roman Reigns cleanly, it'll be a shock, but it's believable. If he beats Brock Lesnar clean, believable. Anybody, even Cody. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was dope. He chopped that boy in his back though. God damn, Gunther is a savage. He chopped that boy in his back. On the spine.
We was watching at home. He was like, please don't give him that Chris Jericho Kofi dent in the chest. Please don't do that, man. Just don't hit him too hard, man.
He laid him out. What y'all think about Maxine winning the Intercontinental belt off of Becky?
Yo, I had a feeling. So as I was watching Cena talk, and I'm talking to a few of my friends, I'm like, yo, I really think she's gonna win. And it was like, ain't no way they're going. I was like, yo, they're building her up, man, and she's over with the crowd. I was so happy, man. Again, it's against the norm. It was unexpected. I want to see her get a few defenses before she loses. I don't want to see her with the Mike Santana or Jey Uso ring. Let her get it like a escape with wins. You know what I mean? Because she's still progressing. Let her escape with wins and
but she can wrestle now though. Like
definitely.
It's actually dope to see somebody who was looked at just as a valet, and we know that Natalia's been training her, and she's improved. Like you can tell, she put in the work. Okay, she can actually wrestle. Like it's she ain't nice, but she can wrestle.
I do hope that like WWE has these certain unwritten rules in their company. So, for instance, in order for Big E to go for a title run, they had to rip him away from the New Day. You really didn't have to do that. The New Day could have stayed together, stayed strong, and push E the same way they did Kofi. I really like Maxine with Tozawa and Otis, and I would like to see that keep going. I don't want this to be like the end of that. Like she can be champion and still have them with her. That's what I would like.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I would like to see that.
Like show them training and working out. Let Tozawa, Otis still lose or however you use them, but keep them together as a team because they have really good chemistry, all three of them.
Eventually she gonna have to fight Natty. I think that I think that would be something dope if she loses. I would like to see her lose to Natty. I would like to see Natty win one more championship.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Before it's all said and done, I think that would be dope for Natty to win. Natty, she's a legend. She's been there for so many years. She still looks great. She looks to be in great shape, and she can still go.
She got a
book. Yeah, she got a book. Big up to Natty with the book. I love it.
And real quick, because I saw online she went to the TWC, the wrestling club. I believe that school in Brooklyn. This after school program where they show wrestling and all of that. She made an appearance there with all the kids, and they love Natty, man. Like she got so much love, man, and I'm gonna get the name of the teacher that does it, but we might have to have him on the show. You know what I mean? But that whole thing is fire, man. The wrestling club. Shout out to them and shout out to Natty.
Let's go. Women's War Games, the previous Friday, we saw Charlotte in the ring and she was like, I ain't teaming with y'all heifers. I don't trust Rhea. Alexa, you my girl. Io Sky, I'm kind of indifferent, but I don't trust. Nor do I actually like Rhea Ripley, so I'm not being in War Games. And we saw Alexa getting jumped by Alexa, Rhea, and Io, I should say, getting jumped by their opponents, which were the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, as well as Nia Jax. Nia and Lash Legend was in the bodega too. Big up to them. Roxanne Perez was in the bodega. Big up to her. Me and I'll save the footage, but I got into a little exchange with somebody backstage at the bodega. I'll let y'all see it. It was fun. Me and Grayson Waller had a little back and forth where it started off as we might have to wrestle, and it ended that I might be his manager. So let's see. We was able to make amends, and Grayson is fully he doesn't break character. Let's say that.
Okay.
But he's dope. I ain't got nothing but love for Grayson Waller. He's actually a very funny guy. But yeah. So they was getting their ass kicked, and lo and behold, Charlotte came with the kendo stick, saved the day, and set it up for War Games. Excuse me, which now we know from Smackdown that happened last night is that it's gonna be Becky Lynch teaming up, Becky Lynch, who just lost the belt, teaming up with the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus AJ Lee, who cost Becky the belt. Charlotte, her and Rhea have made amends. They on the same page. So both of them will be in War Games, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, as well as Io Sky and Alexa Bliss. Fellas, what do y'all think about that matchup? Now we see all five. Of course, last episode, I was pleading for Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton to be the remaining members. But I mean, anytime you get to see Becky Lynch at War Games, you can't be mad. AJ, we haven't seen her since WrestlePalooza. She's back. She gonna get busy in the War Games match. The heel women have a distinct size advantage because Io, AJ, and Alexa Bliss are pretty petite, but they still could fight. Don't let the size fool you. But they're on the smaller side, but they still get busy. What do y'all think about the matchup now that we have all members of the team revealed?
I'm looking forward to it. Io always shines in the War Games matches. So one thing I learned from this year alone, one of the biggest things I learned is that I'm a bigger Io Sky fan than I thought. And to the point where I've been going back and watching her Japanese matches and all of her work, and like she's just amazing, man. Like her stuff in Lucha Underground.
I miss Lucha Underground, bro.
Bro, I think about Lucha Underground maybe twice a week. And I'm like,
bro.
It's a studio show. Why doesn't AEW or WWE do
right? Somebody bring it back.
All these luchadors running around. Why not?
Prince Puma.
Man. This is off subject. I always had let's say Ricochet and Swerve face up. That's Kill Shot versus Puma.
Yep.
Let them come out with the mask on, man. Let's do it. I definitely told Swerve that when we was at the clip show.
Word.
Yo, You gotta bring back Kill Shot, man. Just at least one time, bro. That's it. That's it, man.
Lucha
Gotta
Underground.
bring it back.
Amazing. I miss that too.
Yeah, but what I liked about that show is that the women were just as powerful as the men, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I learned from, especially from this year, because we've seen more of it, I'm not mad at mixed gender matches. Because, you know, if you look at martial arts movies, the women are just as powerful as the men. Like
Mortal Kombat, baby, too.
Yeah, I'm about to say Chun-Li versus Ryu. Like
Right.
it happens, you know what I mean? So it can be done without looking crazy, you know, because we see it all the time. We seen Chelsea Green. Who was that? She tore down. Was it Penta?
It was Penta. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
great.
bro.
Yo, you want to know what's something crazy? You can't hold me 100% to it because it was in the dark and I could not see. But I could not see it all the way. But I swear, I saw Swerve in the movie for Wicked for the Good the other day at your old movie theater. Has he ever been there before? I know a lot of wrestlers used to go there.
Nah, but I know he from what I've heard, he lives down here now. You know,
Yeah, he's definitely an ATL. I think I seen Swerve and Wicked for the Good the other day, man.
But you know, I was talking to a few other people, and wrestlers do go there. Carly Bravo go there. A few other people still go. Jungle Boy was there probably 6-7 months ago. Somebody told me that still worked there, man. So hey, man, that if you ever want to, if you're in Atlanta and you want to bump into a wrestler, man, you got to hit up AMC Madison Yard, yo.
Yeah. That's how that one town in Orlando is, bro. Like everybody used to go to the theater.
I was visiting family in Tampa and seeing about 8 or 9 different wrestlers. Like glasses and sweats. I'm like, he looks nothing like he does on TV. He looks like I can whoop his ass right now.
A good buddy of mine, he works out in city Lakeland. It's right outside of Tampa. And that's where Shawn Michael is. So like he's selling all his trucks, bro. Like it's cool. It's a cool little thing.
I hope he gets done tonight a little discount. Well, actually, he don't need to get Shawn just because Shawn got that. He got that 1990s money still. So Shawn was caking, man. So the women's War Games match is complete. I think it's gonna be a great match, and I just don't want it to be predictable with the faces always winning. You know, they might need to let the heels win. The men's War Game match, they set it up lovely at the Garden. Paul Heyman came out. He said, "This is the best team I've ever had going in the War Games, and I've had the Dangerous Alliance. I've had the Bloodline, and you know, we know his history with War Games, and out comes the Vision." And this, hey guys, this is. I don't know if y'all noticed this. I know y'all pay attention, but Logan Paul is actually in the Vision now. It looks like it's not just a War Games thing. He's coming out with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and he's being introduced, and Paul Heyman, of course, and he's being introduced as a member of the Vision. They say the Vision, and it's all three of them. So he's actually in the Vision now. What do y'all think about that?
I don't know how it's gonna last, but
yeah, I'm about to say I don't see it lasting long at all.
I just feel like Logan's gonna just get a big head and just say something, and they're gonna get into it. But we'll see.
I'm about to say the Vision might be the cause of his face turn because he's eventually gonna have to have one. You know,
I don't know. Logan is just not that lovable guy, man. He's not. Yeah. He's not. He's on camera. He's not likable like that.
But hey, Logan, bro,
they hate Logan. But when they thought he was going to team up with Punk, the crowd went crazy. You know what I mean? When they thought
I think it was more of a Punk rub. Pause. I think it was more like they was happy to Punk, but
see Punk is.
I don't know, Logan. I think is great as a heel, and he needs to stay like that because
Yeah.
all of his matches are attraction matches anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, just his real life persona, he's a heel. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they got to keep him that way. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. But so they come out, three of them come out. Drew McIntyre comes out. Then it's CM Punk. Then it's the Usos who, if y'all, go back to Netflix, you'll see me and Ari right when the Usos touch the floor. When they come from the stands, me and Ari are right there. You can't miss us.
Yeah.
Nick, I'll send you the footage so you can show the
I'll say
people.
I'll load the footage right here.
We had a good time. And then Cody comes out and the four of them, they getting at it. And then it seems the inevitable. It's been rumors about it for weeks. It felt like it was inevitable, but you never quite know with this guy. The Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar comes out, immediately goes after CM Punk, tears him to shreds. Cody gets in, starts, when Cody starts punching his face and he's amped up, and he's like, let's go, let's get to it. And, Cody mentioned this last night on Smackdown. He like, look, the last person to beat Brock Lesnar was me. I beat Brock Lesnar before, twice. I ain't scared of Brock. And Cody ain't no punk, no pun intended. Cody jumped in there. He wasn't scared. He stepped to Brock. Brock silenced all of that immediately.
Dizzy.
He pretzeled him up. Bok, bok, bok. Lock, 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 lock. Suplex City. Block, block, block. Took the champ out.
Rock
And,
got the best job. He really just get to come through and beat everybody's ass.
And then go right back to hunting, bro. That's all you do.
And my favorite is when you get to see Brock. Like, of course, he's a badass. He's a killer. He's the beast incarnate. But I love it when we just get to see him just beat people ass, and then he start laughing and having a good time, and he's smiling, and him and Paul Heyman slapping fire like they like, oh, we pulled off the coup of the century.
Hey,
And all of a sudden, you hear the music, you hear the Tribal Chief.
that shit got me.
Tribal Chief coming to the ring, the whole garden started shaking. Oh my God, this is like when the Godzilla babies and the new Travis Scotts. This was like when the Godzilla babies was in the garden running around. Y'all seen the original Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. Roman came to the ring, shut him down, hit him with the Superman punch. Bam! Brock Lesnar got out the ring, and he smiled. He like, oh, you got that one, you got that one. Brock, he gave it up. He's like, oh, I wasn't checking for that. Wait, okay, you got me. And man, chaos just ensued. Like the NYPD came out, security came out. It was one of them classic. And it wasn't even a go home show, but it was one of them classic go home show feels where you could just imagine JR saying, "Oh, it's breaking down. We gotta go. It's breaking down now. What the hell?" So it was a really fantastic way to end Madison Square Garden on Monday. And after it, we saw CM Punk and Roman come face to face in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
And Roman assured CM Punk that he wasn't going to stab him in the back. But this is the thing, right? And this is what I'm saying. Let me take this piece off. Of course, we love Roman, right? That's the Tribal Chief. We love Roman. Anytime we get a chance to see him get in the ring and fight, and we love it. I think it's time for Roman to start to win a belt. I think it's time for him to either beat Cody or beat CM Punk, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, why is he coming into this War Games match? That's my only thing. Like, I love to see him in there, and it doesn't have to make the most logical sense all the time, but he just told the Usos, I don't want to see you to Christmas.
Yeah.
He don't mess with Cody. He hates Punk. Wow,
I think it's ulterior motives there.
what though?
I don't know.
Seth is
Get
now
closer
Seth.
to the belt.
Now if Seth was fighting, I could see he hates Seth that much. He wants to get into War Games, but does he really hate Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that much? Maybe they've been giving him hell, but him and Brock Lesnar, they been there, done that. They ain't beefing no more. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no more beef with each other. So it's just the provocation why, and maybe we'll hear him speak this coming Monday, but it's like, and I'm not
It's
complaining, right? I'm not complaining because you want to see Roman in that match, like that. That's a super that lineup is crazy. Like the Usos, the Bloodline teaming up with CM Punk and Cody, just it's crazy. You that's one of the illest lineups you'll ever see in War Games, but it's
hey,
just why.
it's a small detail. So you could say like Roman, gives a promo, I don't like any one of y'all, but I hate Paul even more. He aligned with the first guy who betrayed me. He betrayed me. I'm willing to put it aside for you guys. So it just something small saying it like that. Cause like with the whole Jay and Jimmy thing, I thought Jay was worried about himself. Then all of a sudden he was just like, I got your back. And
Right.
I'm like, what happened
Right.
to the last 4 weeks?
That's what I'm
What we was
saying. Like
going through?
all of this build up, and then LA Knights get pushed to the side. Which, by the way, LA Knight was supposed to fight. He fought Zack Ryder, which was dope. In the last time is now tournament. He's supposed to fight Sheamus this week, but Sheamus is injured now, so Sheamus is out of the tournament. So it will be a surprise that fights LA Knight in the tournament. It was good to see Dolph Ziggler come back. We got a lot of love for Dolph, one of the great workhorses WWE has ever had. He had a really fun match with Solo, where he caught the spike to the throat. Pause. Ooh, that was a real
Yeah, that was a
pause.
bad one.
So
Yeah,
that
that was
reminded
bad.
me that Dolph is not probably. I'll give him. He's top seller, top 5 all time sellers. He's
That
got to
bumpy,
be.
that bump he took to the turnbuckle was crazy.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
I was like, hold on, how did he do that? Like that looked like it really hurt, man. I do think, and I get business is business, but same thing when we saw Zack Ryder come out. I do think the crowd would have popped more for Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona over Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler.
I can agree, probably.
So
But Zack Ryder should have came back. He should have came back at the Garden,
yeah,
right?
and that's what I
He should have came back at home.
I thought he was.
Dolph should have came back the other on SmackDown, and Zack should have came back at home.
Yeah, like the crowd pop. Like I don't know how it was there, but at home, like they popped when they heard the woo woo woo, and then it kind of like went mild after that. And I just think that when they were there as Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder, they were kind of jobbers. But Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona are far from jobbers. They're main eventers. Like, I think it would have been better for them to come out. They both signed to TNA and they got the partnership. I think they lean too much on the nostalgia aspect of bringing them back. Is that, and I don't think it went as well as it could have. But I still enjoy both performances. But I just wish they would have been able to come back as the names that they built for themselves and then come back. So I think that would have been dope.
Well, maybe moving forward, like I think when they, because I think if they come back as Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth, and then they lose in the tournament, it kind of takes the luster off. But now if they do come back as Cardona and them, if they could just start fresh new storylines and everything. It doesn't have to be tied into a tournament. So we saw the guys. We saw the guys finalize their lineups for War Games on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. It started off with Drew McIntyre beating up Cody. Now, how do you answer this, guys? Because we've all been around tour buses before.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one way in the tour bus, right? It's only one way out when you get into a tour bus,
Yeah.
right? How do you get jumped in your own tour bus? Like you didn't see this guy coming in. Like you gotta come in and you walk up the steps. Like how do you get jumped in your own tour bus?
Hey, maybe he was sleeping in the room and they threw the blanket on him and got him. I don't know, but that's a good question.
That was weird, like now how Rock beat him up outside the tour bus, I can see, but how did Drew McIntyre into the tour bus? And anyway, Drew McIntyre into Cody Rhodes tour bus. And doesn't Cody have a big ass dog on his bus too? Like, what's the dog doing at this point? Like, can we get some help from the dog? Like, that dog is big. What's the dog named? Pharaoh? That's a big dog. That's not just a regular. That's a big dog. Come on, Pharaoh. We love you, Pharaoh, but help Cody out. Cody got beat up. He legitimately, it looked like he had a big gash on his forehead. It looked like he got cut. He got beat up. The Usos had to go back there and help him, and it was funny because Jay kept saying, "That's the last time they catch you slipping, OG. They ain't gonna catch you slipping no more. They ain't gonna catch you slipping." So the Vision had the upper hand to start off SmackDown because it looked like Cody and the Uso were gonna confront Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, with Drew McIntyre still suspended, and obviously we know Brock Lesnar is probably not going to show back up until Survivor Series. So they had a plan laid out. The Hills thwarted that plan by Drew beating the hell out of Cody. But later on in the match, in the Last Time Is Now tournament, we saw a shocker. Now you said it. He kind of joked with Carmelo, but Carmelo was actually the winner this time. Carmelo fought Bronson Reed, and there was some distraction from the Usos because Logan Paul and Braun Breaker came out to help, and the Usos fought Braun Breaker and Logan Paul outside the ring and somewhere to the back. Bronson had the upper hand on Carmelo, and then lo and behold, Cody used his Wolverine mutant powers of regeneration. He recovered, gave Bronson Reed the crossroads outside the ring, threw Carmelo back in the ring. Carmelo wins via countout. It was actually a really dope match. Carmelo showed out, and he was, I ain't gonna say he was whipping Bronson Reed ass, but he showed him he wasn't no slouch. He was holding his own with Bronson Reed. He had some really dope move where he jumped off the top rope and he gave Bronson Reed a DDT. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I like that one.
DDT off the top rope was crazy. He jumped over the top rope onto all three members of the Vision. A couple of the flying drop kicks and leg drops. He was doing really good with his high flying. But he won via count out. Cody got up after the match and he said he still wants Drew McIntyre. He said a Steiner could never beat a Rhodes historically. He's like, a Steiner could never beat a Rhodes. So he threw some shots to the ancestors. And he also threw a shot where Roman caught a little stray, Like, I wonder if that is something small that I caught, pause, but I don't know if Roman heard it and if that'll be something that'll be a topic of conversation. But he tells Paul Heyman, he's like, look, these past few, you got these guys basically he said, "You build these guys up, and I beat them."
Mhm.
And who was the last Paul Heyman guys that he beat?
Big Roman
Big Roman and Brock Lesnar.
and Lesnar.
And
Yeah.
he said, "Brock, I beat you twice. You already know what time it is. Let's get it on." So it's gonna be fun. I
I
think it's
want to
gonna be
see. I want to see more of that Cody as opposed to the long Shakespearean promos. Like I like that hyped.
hype, emotional,
Yeah.
angry, damn near talking like Dusty Rhodes when when Dusty used to get upset and you could hear him say, you could hear
Yeah.
he talking to hear like that, like he tried to catch it. I don't know what the hell was going on with Dusty, but I know I was hyped sitting around watching TBS, but Dusty started cutting fiery promos. And I like the teams, man. I would have loved to see John Cena on the team. I think he could have, you know, replace the Usos with LA Knight and John Cena and have Usos do something else. But
Mm-hmm.
I like this team that they have. And I think it's pretty even because let's face it, without Roman, the good guys don't stand a chance in hell because even though Cody did physically go at it with Brock Lesnar, Roman is really the only one who could physically go up Brock Lesnar, and he might only be the only one that could physically go
Yep.
at it with Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
It's a lot of superstars on the babyface team, but they got their work cut out for them because
I would have liked.
Braun's tough, man, and Brock Lesnar, and forget Drew McIntyre is no slouch. Like Drew McIntyre beat the hell out of CM Punk in that Hell in a Cell, and he
Mm-hmm.
shows up when it's time to brawl. He shows up in these big matches.
Yeah. Yep. Man, I would like to see maybe each team add one more person and Sammy join this. I would
Well,
like.
well, Sammy, which is surprising, and again, the match makes sense, but when they're doing the match doesn't make it. So they're having the day before Survivor Series on SmackDown, not at Survivor Series, but the day before Survivor Series at SmackDown. They're having a Survivor Series match with Sammy, the
Oh, I saw
Machine
that.
Guns, Ray Phoenix, and Nakamura against the MFTs. But I don't know why they doing why in the Survivor Series rules, why they not doing it at Survivor Series. Like, can we not just put it on Survivor Series? Like,
I'll take a pre-show of Survivor Series if
yeah, like what?
but
Is it too
my
much to have the Survivor Series rules at Survivor Series, guys? Like, come
I
on.
wanted to ask you this. What is the issue? You have a bloated roster. Why not do all Survivor Series teams? You know what I'm saying? Like it'll give your guys more
Listen,
time to shine instead of just focus on 4 quick matches, and it would be fun. They would make up names. It could lead to story. It's so much that you can do.
that was the best thing. Like what? Like we at this point we just need to. If they're not gonna do it, just get rid of the name Survivor Series and just call it War Games.
Yeah.
At this point, just call it War Games. Just say that the card name is War Games. Like let's just take Survivor Series off because y'all done bastardize Survivor Series. Y'all done bastardized the spirit of Survivor Series. Like
Yeah.
it was we want those Survivor Series matches. We want the teams where it's people who would probably never even team up during the regular part of the year. That's what made it so special is like you were saying, these combinations of people who we wouldn't even see together. Like we would
Who
never see Bret Hart and the damn Bushwhackers together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
who was it?
let's
Demolition and oh my gosh, I can't even remember. But then you had what Warrior, Texas Tornado,
and
and
the Legion of Doom.
their faces were all painted. You know what I
Yeah, that
mean?
was
So
dope. That was dope, man. And you had a lot of great teams, man. So I bring it back. Like that's fun. Like we have that's why it's Survivor Series, because it's a series of matches where it's the one survivor or the survivors. And we get a chance to see regular matches all throughout the year. Like every card we see regular matches. Let's just have one night where it's nothing but these specialty matches. War Games is dope. Like I'm cool with keeping War Games and Survivor Series, but it's like, man, let's get back to the traditional Survivor Series matchups. Um, I don't know. Jade Cargill is not on Survivor Series at this point. I'm a little disappointed with that. I wanted to see her with the women. Maybe I don't know where she may fight and defend the belt against somebody, but I don't know. But those are really the War Games are the only matches that's legitimately locked in for Survivor Series, right?
Yeah, that's it so far. Yeah. And well, we got a week.
Yeah, we got a week, so
Mm-hmm. Hey, hold on. Is it actually on Thanksgiving?
it's on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
That's Saturday
That's
after.
Saturday. Okay. I
That's
remember when it
Saturday
was
after.
on Thanksgiving.
Those were great.
Shoo. Man, good old days. Oh, man.
Those were great. But hey, look, back before we leave, big up to JD, because that match with Dragunov, I know we talked about it earlier. That was really dope. That when Dragunov was going for like the headbutt and he gave him the Spanish fly, and then he did probably one of the most perfect moonsaults that you will ever see. Just like if they was teaching that in wrestling, like the hang time, the way he glide, and just the landing, everything was top tier. JD is one of those guys, man. And he doesn't win these matches, but like you said, he looks good in defeat. And it's like every time you see him in these solo matches and he puts on, it's like, damn, I wish he could be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
I do see in the future JD being one of those guys. He might be the one to dethrone Dom Mysterio for the Intercontinental belt. Because let's face it, Dom is gonna beat John Cena at Survivor Series. John is gonna do the job. He's gonna let Dom win in his hometown. Which I'd rather that have Dom against Rey Mysterio in San Diego. When's the next time you're gonna see father against son in their hometown? I thought that was the match for Survivor Series, but you know,
I
that's
think
it.
that might be,
JD did work, man. He did put up a hell of a fight.
yeah. Shout out to JD, man. And Ilya, man. He works with the passion like he's on the indies still. And that's what I appreciate about him. Like you can just look at him and he puts his all into his gimmick. And
Hmm.
I that's something that I can really appreciate. It's believable to me. Like he comes off as a loose cannon. Like he is the gimmick. So I appreciate that about him so much.
Well, Jade continues to bless Instagram with these amazing pictures, man. Nigga, I gotta send you something that we gotta post on this show. She's blessing us again.
Oh,
So my guys, man, we getting ready. What's your thoughts, E, as we get ready to tune into
well, yeah.
AEW Full Gear?
Man, I think I was discussing this with my little cousin, man. I'm looking forward to Statlander and Mercedes Monet. I do think Statlander's gonna win. I'm looking forward to oh
No way, no way.
let-
It's time. Wait, it's time for her to get all of the belts, man. Like, let's go full
uh,
Thanos. She ain't losing the stat. She took
see,
she stat threw it through the table at Blood and Guts.
yeah,
Now it's time for Mercedes to come back. And that new move she did off the second rope that she's doing is crazy.
that was crazy. That was
But
crazy.
the
I
stat
you know
time is numbered.
You know what I think it is too? It's because the reason I think she's gonna lose, because I think that's part of the storyline with her and all of these belts. Because like I said, she's dominating outside of outside of AEW. But when she having her matches defending her belt or, fighting AEW, she's barely winning. And I think, I think it happened with Tony. Didn't Tony beat her?
Tony beat her.
Yeah, so
Tony
I
beat
can see Stat just got the belt. I don't think they're gonna Mike Santana her. So
It's time for Mercedes to win, man.
yeah.
Let's do it. What you
She's
think,
at
Nick?
13 now, right? Yeah, 13. So
Add the 14th, man.
14, baby.
Add the 14th, bro.
Yeah. And I love it because it's so much hate on the internet about it. And my main argument to everybody is y'all wouldn't have a goddamn thing to say if Sasha Banks would be doing it. But unfortunately, they don't play nice with other companies, so Sasha Banks could never do it. She can win the TNA and NXT belt, and that's pretty much it. So, this is dope. And also, nobody had any complaints when Ultimo Dragon did it.
No.
And when Kenny Omega did it during the pandemic. So, my thing is, and one more thing, I want to say it here because I say it on Instagram and social media all the time. What she's doing for women's wrestling around the world is it's never mind the belts. She's okay. I'm a person who loves wrestling, so when I saw the list of belts she owned, I went and researched each company, looked at matches from other superstars from that company. It's I was talking to a female wrestler who was saying after she fought Mercedes, her rate went up, her AV rate. So it's like, and we can't forget the biggest thing to come out of this title reign and where it started. It started with Stephanie Vicure. And WWE did not want anything to do with Stephanie until she fought Mercedes. So I don't understand all the hate towards Mercedes. I'm team Mercedes. I'm team just women's wrestling in general. And it's a lot of people that just online just hate and it don't make sense. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mercedes. Shout out to Athena, because nobody talks enough about her reign. She's almost at 4 years. Her reign is just as long as Roman's. So yeah. So
I'm pulling it up. I think the two matches of the night, Pac, the Bastard Pac, against Darby Allin, that's gonna kill it. And the 6-man tag, this Kenny Omega and Jurassic against the Bucks and Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
Those are mine.
Storyline purposes, I'm willing to see the trio champs, the Okada, Takeshita, and Josh Alexander versus the 3 from CMLL. That I think is going to be good storyline wise. I'm looking forward to Samoa Joe and Hangman and Chris Statlander and Mercedes. But I'm also looking forward to the women's tag too. I think that's going to be really fun. A lot of innuendos and stuff is going to probably be in that match. A lot of Tony Storm's involved, so it's going to be really fun. So it's going to be a good night. Hey, listen, say what you want. I'm even looking forward to Big Justice and AJ and QT. Listen, I've seen AJ wrestle on, not AJ, was it Big Boom?
Big Boom AJ.
I seen him wrestle on the indies. So he's not like an internet celebrity that's trying to wrestle. He was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Who trained with QT and a lot of other wrestlers who stopped doing it. And because he went viral, he's back in it. I don't know if y'all seen any of his matches on any of the pre-shows. He's really good, man. The crowd is with him. They with him. So I'm looking forward to that too, man. It's a lot of action, man. I think it starts at 6 or 7. So,
well, let's get to it, guys. Great week. Yeah.
They got 0 Hour on YouTube, but then the tailgate pre-show is going to be on HBO. So, and I believe they're at the same time. So I'm gonna have one up on the computer and one up on the TV. So,
well, look, it's gonna be all night. It don't matter when it start. Guess what? It's not gonna be over till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So
yep.
I suggest by the time y'all see this, it's gonna be over. But order your food early. Have the food delivered. Get some dessert. Like it's gonna be a long night, but it's gonna be a fun night. So, Ari the Oracle, Spiff TV, Nick 816, E Well. This is Shaheem Reed. We had a great night. This great week in wrestling this week. Man, we'll be back. Next week is the holiday, but we definitely gonna be back, and we're gonna drop some joints on y'all. And we gotta do our AEW recap too. So look out for y'all. We see y'all soon. This is the Rap on Wrestling podcast. Like, subscribe, share, and comment too, man. Like, hit us in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. We talk to y'all soon. Oh, wait. I forgot one of the biggest things. My bad. That new De La Soul album.
Bruh. Oh my gosh. I got emotional listening to it.
What a journey. What a journey. We're going to have De La Soul on this show soon, too. What a fantastic journey. Get that album. You crying?
I damn near cried how Joe Budden cried when he was talking about their contract status all years ago, man. Like, De La Tribe, that whole movement was an integral part of me growing up and how I view the world. So it's a little bit deeper than music for me. I hated how they were getting done by Tommy Boy. You couldn't find any music on streaming, so I had to keep a CD player around in order to listen to them for a while. But and it's 2/3 now, and man, True Roy, man, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was here for this, man.
But True Royce, he sounds, thank God we got some rhymes from him on the album. He sounds fantastic. Like, before he passed away, he was still sharp. Pod sounds fantastic. And some dope collaborations. Killer Mike, Nas, Q-Tip, DJ Premier, DJing and producing. Pete Rock on the first single. Like,
listen, I know everybody. I know when it comes to rap, nostalgia rules when it comes to the GOAT. We really need to reconsider this GOAT conversation. Whereas Nas is in his 50s and he's getting better. Nas gave us all of these Legends albums this year. He's really trying to keep hip hop off life support. Like he's the MVP. Shout out to Mass Appeal. Shout out to Nas, man. Just everything that they're doing over there, man. It just is basically he's doing my dream. Like I've always wanted to see a lot of a producer rapper album, like how he's about to come out with the album with Prince. It's like, why hasn't anybody been doing this over the years? Like this stuff should have been happening. You know what I mean? Instead, we let the drill and the mumble take over, and they call these guys old, but this year they watched everybody.
Well, the great thing with Nas, and we'll come back and revisit this, is that what he's doing is 360-degree culture, right? Like it's not just, if he would have just did verses for everybody, that would have been cool. But he's giving these guys a platform on his label. He's doing verses for them. He's putting them in a comic book. He's putting them on these other major platforms, doing incredible press runs.
I never thought I'd hear a Big L album.
He's giving money to rappers like Scarface and Rakim and all of these guys with his foundation. He's opening restaurants. He's doing so much for the culture, and his lyrics are just as great as ever. Like these are like spellbinding verses that he's giving to the people, and he's talking some ill shit. So big up to Nas, Daylight Cabin in the Sky. I'm looking forward to hearing this Ransom album. It's a lot of dope stuff, man. So keep it locked to hip hop, keep it locked to wrestling. We appreciate y'all keeping it locked for us. And man, holidays coming, everybody be happy and healthy. Rest in peace to my dear friend Ashley Gray, who we lost last week. I just went to a funeral as well. It was great to see everybody from the Vibe family, from the Hook family. Of course, unfortunate circumstances, but we never want to see people that we never want to have to go to a funeral, to be honest with you, but just to see people to comfort you and when you're feeling down and missing a friend or a loved one or relative. It's great when we can lean on each other. And she was a beautiful person, and I know she would enjoy the send off that she got. So rest in peace, Ash. We love you, and big up to all of the wrestling fans and hip hop fans out there. We got y'all. Rap on Wrestling Podcast.
Peace.